Okay. Hey guys, it's Angel. Sarah's not here today because she's probably at work. And sorry for the very bad lighting and the messy hair. I just decided why not. I don't even care anymore. But I decided to tell a story again because me too. Some years ago, it was a little messed up, and it's basically my coworker, like an old coworker. They left me and my ex slash coworker in an apartment, like complex, in the middle of the night. Guess I'm just gonna get right into it and try my best to get to the point and not leave too many details out because this is a while ago, so I'm trying to remember everything all at once so I can tell the story at least somewhat properly. So it was in the summertime, and yeah, we didn't have a lot of money. It was like I lived in like with my family still, and food and everything was just it was very hard to pay for everything with the little income that we did have. So I decided it was time for a job. My ex at the time was staying with me. There was like this opening for kind of like a door-to-door job, and it was like you get paid on commission. Well, there was some interesting coworkers. Some of them were pretty cool, and some of them were just strange and kind of stuck up. And I remember there was this one lady there, and everyone like she was kind of like the favorite to the managers that worked there because she just knew how to get the job done like really well. And I don't know, they just seemed to like her a lot and trust her judgment on things. Well, we had like two work cars that we drove around from place to place to get around to the area that we were supposed to work that day. Between the teams, me and my ex at the time, we were together in the same team that day. And we were with that lady, and it was, she was in charge basically. She was our team leader. And we got in the car at first, the like beginning of the shifts and stuff were fine, but everyone started doing their own thing, and then my ex brought up that he like knew some areas very well that he could probably get some people to sign up. So she was like, "Fine, I'll drop you off this area you know better and see if you actually get someone to sign up." And I went with him because I knew people too. We like knew the neighborhood really well, but I don't remember exactly like how all that went down. But we ended up going together, and like we got a couple people to sign up. Like I think each of us got like maybe two or three people, and we only had like certain amount of time to get this done. Like our shift ended at like 9 o'clock at night, and it was yeah, it was from 11 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night was our shifts. So we were walking and doing our thing, trying to knock door to door. But after a while, my ex decided that we're just gonna name him Josh, because I've never dated a Josh, and maybe I'll remember that. But so Josh was like, I don't really want to go door to door anymore. I just want to go to the specific people that I know, which makes it less of a chance that, like, if they say no, then we come back with nothing, they're gonna be like pissed at us. Cause I don't know, like, I feel like this lady like sometimes talked down on us, cause she would get like a lot a day, like at least 10, and that was a good number for a day. But she would kind of talk down and say, "Oh, you didn't get one today? Oh, that sucks." Oh, or she would be like, you can still try, right? Like you gotta get at least one. You don't want to go home with nothing, because then you lose out on money." And she would just be really snobby about it. It wasn't even like she was caring about it. Like she was just like, "Yeah, I got this, but do you?" like it was a competition kind of thing, because it kind of was, if you really think about it, but at the same time, like being your coworkers and stuff, you should be working together as a team. Fast forward to us still knocking on doors and everything. So I tried knocking on more doors like by myself. Like we weren't like going house to house together every single like minute. And after a while, he just started playing around and not taking it seriously. And the sun was starting to go down, and I was like, dude, like we're gonna get in so much trouble. Like this is serious. This is like us trying to make money. But that day he just wasn't having it. Apparently, he thought he'd get away with it. Well, after it was probably like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, and the van, because we were on like a busy street at this time, we were walking, because we took side streets off this busy street, and the van that she was driving just pulled up out of nowhere, and she was like, "Get in the car, where have you guys been?" Like, like she was looking for us for a while, I guess. It was pissed. Like, she was literally yelling at us. Like, I don't exactly remember the words that were said, but they weren't very nice. Let's just put it that way. She was basically just saying like, "Wow, like I'm gonna tell the manager about this," because, which is kind of understandable. Like you gotta do your job. So I can see where she was coming from, but she was like yelling at us like it was bad, and I had nothing to do with it. Like I really didn't. Like I was trying to get it done, trying to be professional about it. And side note, sorry if this is scattered everywhere. I really am trying to remember the details as best as I can. But anyways, then comes like we start going to this apartment complex. And it's starting to get dark out around this time, and we get out and we start knocking on doors. And usually when it's later, no one wants to hear it. Like no one wants you to coming to their door at like 7:30. The apartment complex was mostly like college students, and they were like probably like studying and trying to like get ready for the next day and stuff, because this was like a weeknight, not a weekend. And like to me, I just feel like it's kind of like rude. Like I didn't want to do it, but I had to. So we were knocking on door to door, and with no luck, no one. People would literally slam the door in our faces at some points because they didn't want us at their door. Which I mean, like I understand. I'm just doing what I gotta do. It's starting to be towards the end of our shift. It was probably like 8:40, 8:50, and we come back to the car, and everybody's like loading into the car, and they're just sitting there on their phones and stuff and just hanging out or whatever. And my ex Josh went back out to go do another round of another apartment complex that we haven't tried yet. And then I was sitting there because I kind of like was just like, fuck it, I give up. Like it's getting late, I just want to go home. But then she had like a smart comment, and she was like, "Well, at least someone's out there trying to make money." And I'm just like, "Are you serious? Like we have 10 minutes left, and you guys are just sitting there." But they thought, "Oh, well, we got ours for the day. Like if you didn't, you need to be doing it like for the last like however long we have left or whatever." So I was like, "You know what? Screw it. Fine. I'll just get out of the car and go do whatever." So I went into the same complex and did a different floor as Josh, because I didn't want to be separated at that time of the night. Like it was getting late. It was dark out at this time. I just didn't want us losing each other. Well, we go around this house. I mean, not house, but apartment complex, and finish like knocking on each single door. And after that, we walk out and we go to the little parking lot where the car was. Well, when we got there, they were gone. They were literally not there. There was no freaking car in sight. And I'm like, are we in the wrong parking lot? Maybe because they all looked the same. It was kind of confusing. And I don't have no sense of direction anyway, so it doesn't really help. So we started going through the surrounding parking lots from that building. And there was still nobody there. There was no car there. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, where did they go? And we waited around for a few minutes. we couldn't call them. They like usually we have some coworkers' numbers. We like call through cell phones and stuff, but we didn't have her number or anybody in the car at the time's number. So we were just freaking out, and we're just like, "Are you freaking serious? You're gonna seriously leave us here in the middle of the night?" When you were just getting like trying to like get over on us, saying, "Oh, you need to go work more, like at least somebody's trying to make their money and not being lazy and blah blah blah." Like, seriously? Like, what's your problem? Like, what makes you think that you're so perfect and that you can talk down on people like that? I started having a panic attack because I'm like, how are we gonna get home? What's gonna, like, what the hell? Like we're freaking out. We didn't even know exactly where we were, so we had to walk down the street and find the street name, like, thing. And I called my mom to come pick us up because actually, I think his dad came and picked us up that night, honestly. I don't remember if it was his dad, but I'm pretty sure it was his dad. And we called, and he was like, "I'll come get you," and because he wasn't far from the area. So he came and got us. He wasn't happy about it, but I mean, it was cold that night. So like, and we had like nothing but like maybe like a t-shirt kind of thing, like a polo. So yeah, I was like in tears and stuff. I was mostly hurt. The fact that somebody can leave someone in the middle of nowhere just stranded and think that's okay and that it's funny. Well, the next day we went in, and when we got there and we sat in this little like area, there was like a group where we all sat and waited for the manager to come in the room. The lady came up to me and she was like, "Where'd you go? I couldn't find you guys last night. Like, I was worried sick about you." And I was like, "Well, we couldn't find you. Like, we lost you. Like, we told you we were going in this specific complex. Like, if you couldn't find us, you could have sent someone in there to look for us, not just take off." But she was like, "Well, I'm sorry that that happened to you." And just like trying to act like whatever. But then someone else that was in the car that night, I got around to talking to them later on, and they said, "No, what she did last night was fucked up because she did it intentionally because of all the events that happened prior to that day, and she was laughing the entire way home." But that was just me by myself. Or what if I didn't have a phone on me? Like, that's really dangerous. And around the area that we live in, it's not a really good place to live in. Like, it's not a really good neighborhoods, and that's not cool at all. And I was really irritated. Long story short, we ended up quitting because we weren't making enough money to be dealing with that bullshit. And I shouldn't have went there in the first place because it really wasn't worth it at all. Like, I worked there at least 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for like a month and a half and got maybe like 200 and something dollars out of the whole thing. Like, how is that even worth my time? I don't know. But if you would like this video and would like to hear more, hopefully you do. I know this video might be kind of sucky because of all the lighting. My voice is kind of dying down because I've been sick. So sorry about that. But I just hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, and I would know that you want more. And comment on any future videos that you would like to hear or see from me and Sarah, or one or the other, it doesn't matter. We do a lot of random stuff. And subscribe because it's very helpful. We have somebody watching these videos. I mean, either way, we watch them ourselves because we think we're hilarious, but we're really not. We just really don't have a life. But yeah, so subscribe, and till next time, see you later.